Now to a case that a lot of us in the district just can't shake. It is the story of Relisha Rudd. 4 years ago tonight, D.C. police started searching for her. But at that point, she'd already been missing for weeks. WUSA 9 is trying something new with Relisha's story, hoping to draw out some new leads for investigators. More on that in a moment. But first, let's get you up to speed on the case. Here's Delia Gonsalves.
People are pissed.
There was a lot of anger.
This is real sad.
And sorrow that this should have never happened to this sweet little girl. With a mom who battled drug addiction, Relisha Rudd was often left to care for her 3 little brothers while they all lived at the D.C. General Shelter. Her mother allowed Relisha to spend days at a time with the man accused of eventually abducting her, 51-year-old Khalil Tatum, a janitor at the shelter who befriended the family, until he stopped answering their phone calls. On February 26th, the two were captured on surveillance video inside a Holiday Inn Express on New York Avenue. Relisha was last seen March 1st. The next day, Tatum reportedly bought a shovel, garbage bags, and lime. On March 19th, police launched an official missing persons search after school counselors reported Relisha missing following a string of absences. The next day, Tatum's wife was murdered. Police found his body about a week later. After several extensive searches and empty leads over the years, Relisha has never been found. But police and the community are still holding on to hope.
We want to be able to hug her, bring her home, or either have a proper burial for her.
This case, some good news. The D.C. City Council passed Relisha Rudd's law, which makes it a crime if a parent fails to report a child under 12 missing within 24 hours. If the child is between 13 and 18, parents have up to 48 hours. And Leslie, you know that Relisha Rudd was just 8 years old, and she was missing for about 2 weeks that we know of before she was reported missing.
This case has stayed with so many people in this community. Every time we post a story or we do something about it, it jogs people's memory. Let's hope the person who knows what happens to her finally comes forward.
Police have received a number of tips over the years, so certainly it's important to continue talking about this case and saying her name and hoping that someone out there.
We have not forgotten her.
That's right.
All right, here's something we promised you a little earlier, a podcast produced by our team. Episode 1 is online now, and it takes us through the first few days of that investigation with some new information about Relisha's case. You can find it at WUSA9.com/18days, and we've got more episodes coming soon.